What's good, my DV fam and my subscribers? Shout out to all you guys. Hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Sorry I'm so late with the video. No, been dealing with my job and all type of stuff, so I got that all out the way, cleared all that up, so now I can sit down and make a video. This video is gonna probably be one of my painful and saddest videos because as y'all know, this has been a 2 month. It's been 2 months since the tragedies took place in Houston, Texas, at the NRG Park, which is, if y'all don't know, I never been to Houston. I mean, I've been to Texas before, but I never been to Houston's sports arenas at all. It's right next door to the sports arena, so I'm taking this part of the sports arena's parking lot, is what I'm assuming. So now, before I get deeper into this video, I'm gonna break down who's responsible, who's to blame. I'm gonna break down why why are these people the part to blame, and then I'm going to talk about the tragedies that happened that night, because it was a lot of tragedies that night. 8 people lost their lives and over 300 people were injured. So grab your Kool-Aid, pop, water, keto drink, whatever, and your healthy drink or your chips or whatever, and I'm going to break it down to y'all. But before I get into this video, I do want to give 2 special shout outs to Trap Laura Ross, who covered this event and everything very well. His is called Astroworld, Hell on Earth, and Quake from Diverse Mentality. His is called the Tragedy at Astroworld Festival. So I'm gonna get into it, but go look at their videos so you can see and you can understand what happened. Now, back in May, it was an announcement by Travis Scott and Live Nation that they were selling over 100,000 tickets for a 2-day event. Of course, it was gonna be side performances. They had side performances from Master P, Roddy Ricch, Earth, Wind and Fire, and the last one was SZA. She was the one that performed last. Her showcase ended at 8:30. So now, before I get into what happened after that, it was a lot of people there already for them performances, because them are not no knockoffs. You got Master P, who's a legend, who's a rap legend, and then you got Earth, Wind and Fire, who are R&B legends. Then you got Rowdy Rich, who's an upcoming rapper who's doing his thing. So this wasn't it wasn't a lazy event. So I think people got there before noon, because they got there. Some of the people got there at 9 o'clock. And then they started rushing. They started rushing the venue. They started rushing the fences. A couple of people was hospitalized for that. A woman who had lacerations to her face due to climbing a fence that evening. So police and fire departments was reporting that the gates was damaged and that concert goers was breaking in. Now people was already being hospitalized before this event even took place. This is way before Travis Scott's performance. So after that, by 4 o'clock, it was getting worse. Things had not bettered up. It was getting worse. People was passing out on the floor. Medical teams were responding to some of them people that were passed out due to the stampede that Travis Scott posted on his Instagram to tell these people to break in or sneak in or do whatever. It was even reported that people were bolt cutting the gates to get in this event. So they was getting in regardless of whatever anybody said. So now, the Quake's situation broke it way down that the concert venue was technically overpacked. It was only supposed to have like, the capacity was 25,000. 25,000 people could get in, and I'm just saying that to have room to do whatever you got to do. And is when you airtight like that, when you airtight so tight like that, your breathing can start acting up. It could be like you could be condensed, and then when you condense like that, it's hard to breathe. So I'm gonna go back to after SZA performed did her final performance at 8:30 p.m. There was a timer that popped up on Travis Scott's thing. So people headed from SZA's performance over to Travis Scott's performance, which the stages was like basically not that far from each other. They was damn near next to each other, technically. So people just went over from that concert to Travis Scott's. But when what they was doing, they was rushing. It was still people already in who had broken in. So by this time, they said about 55,000 people were in attendance. That's too much. That's already condensed packed. Because like I said, it was only supposed to be 20. It's only fit for 25,000. So I take it what they was trying to do. They was trying to slice the event in half and get half the people now and half the people later, because I'm pretty sure they figured Scott was going to get the same performance as he did the first night. So that went down. Travis didn't get on stage till about 9:02 to perform his first song, The Highest in the Room. So as he's performing this, people are already screaming help because they're being trampled and being rushed over. This was happening before he even got to the stage. People was being trampled and all that. So by the time he got to the stage, it was already going down. Like, it wasn't that, it was serious, but it wasn't crazy. So by 9:30, things got worse. He was already like 2-3 songs in. And this is the sad part. It was people screaming help and asking and begging for medical attention. Now, it was medical attention there, but it was called to reserve that Houston, Texas actually called over 20, I think it was over 24 or 48. No, it was over 36 ambulances that they called to the scene, because people was calling on their phone. They was calling 911 on their cell phones to get help. Now, this is a red flag for Travis Scott when you're looking dead into the audience and you seeing what happened. Now, watch this. By 9:38, Travis Scott briefly stops a segment because he spots an ambulance that's traveling through the crowd. The ambulance can't get to the crowd due to the crowd's overcrowding, and then Travis proceeds to ask, he acknowledges that it's an ambulance, but then he proceeds to follow up with, whoa, what the fuck is that? Travis, it's an ambulance, bro. Like, this is where you should have took notice. That's red flag number 1 on you, Travis. It was already going on before this. No, that's red flag number 2. I'm sorry, because red flag number 1, as you ask these people to break in and sneak in. You can't do that if you don't have tickets. So he did that. That was red flag number 2. You saw the ambulance, you spotted the ambulance, but then you proceed to ignore them. Then you proceed to go on with your set. Asking people by 9:42 to stick you ask people if they're okay. That was your first stop of the show. You ask people were they okay. Then you can't still hear people over here screaming help, but then you proceed to tell them to raise their middle fingers to the sky and chill. That's number 3. You can't do that, bro. You people in the crowd screaming help. So by 9:48, 2 crew members came up. They whispered something in his ear. We don't know who they did. You can go look at Trap Laura Voss video. He shows the scene of that. Travis Scott then proceeds to say, yeah, whatever. And then he proceeds to say, now put your hands in the sky. 2 hands in the sky. Bro, there you go again. That's them telling you need to go check these bodies out here. His bodies dropping left and right. Travis Scott proceeds to go through songs and songs and songs. But by 9:54, this is when the BS happens. This is when it's worse. Drake makes an appearance, a guest star appearance on his show. And all hell breaks loose. I'm talking about extreme hell break loose. The crowd gets more rowdier. They're starting to push and trample over people. They said it was a guy they picked up that was dead. He was disfigured. His face was disfigured. So that means people were just stepping on him and didn't even care. He was already dead. He's one of the guys that died. He was already dead. So they proceeded to do the concert. I'm pissed. This is why I'm pissed at Drake. Drake. You sat on the stage. You sat off to the stage from 16 to 20 minutes before you was already there. You was just waiting for your cue to get on. You have your cell phone with you. You're following social media. People are posting. The fans are posting this shit on Instagram. How you got an Instagram? How did you not know that And then how did you know that and then go to the stage and still proceed to tell? Now you done told the crew that his body's dropping out there left and right, but why didn't you get up there and tell Travis Scott to his face we need to shut this shit down, bro? His body's out here dropping left and right. You may not know, but I've been back there and I've been seeing the social media. His body's dropping left to right. Let's shut this shit down. We could do this shit tomorrow. No. Travis Scott proceeds to keep doing it, and then Drake proceeds to basically like kiss his ass and tell him like, yeah, this is great. Soak this moment in. You will never get a moment like this again. Bro, it's people dying in the audience. Then they had kids. Somehow some fans made it to the damn top to get the cameraman and them attention. And they're telling them, stop the fucking show. It's babies and stuff out here dying. And it's people out here dying. And you just keep going on with the show. That was stupid as hell, Travis Scott. So that's why I'm pissed at Travis and I'm pissed at Drake. Now they kept performing. Drake gets off the stage after they perform. They hit together Sicko Mode. He gets off at 10:17. He leaves. He gives the fans a shout out and he leaves. Now this is where the shit get tragic. Travis Scott proceeds to tell the people hug their neighbor, which I'm pretty sure they was hugging them anyway because they was trying to get these people out of here. Then he performs his final hit of the night, Goosebumps. Once he performs this, he tells everybody he glad they came out and participated and performed, and he hoped they make it home safe. And then he said goodnight. Now here's the problem. 8 of those people didn't make it out the damn stadium, out the park. 8 of them people tragically lost their lives due to neglect of being informed, being told, constantly, over and over and over. You're being told, shut the concert down. It was even people calling in the ambulance station saying, shut the show down. It is too much going on. People are dying. People are being trampled. And he never got the clue. He never got what was going on. So those tragic people died. They died. Their age ranges was from 9 to 27. That's right, 9 to 27 years old. But the 8 people that died that night didn't even get out the stadium. There were 2 that made it to the hospital, but after that, they were declared dead. And it breaks my heart that a 9-year-old was even at this concert, but it even breaks my heart more that he did not make it home. And his name was Ezra Blunt. 9 years old. Had a future ahead of him, and it was cut short due to him going to this Travis Scott concert. That is sad. And I'm going to say this before I end this first part. I want to say rest in peace to all those who lost their loved ones on that tragic night due to Travis Scott being neglective and being basically ignoring the whole situation. When you got people dying about in front of you. Now listen, I ain't no ASAP Rocky fan, but he shut his show down after 2 people passed out. He closed it, shut it down. I'm done. People passing out. I know how serious that is. Post Malone would have did some shit like that. Anybody would have did that. But Travis Scott wanted to see the rages, and he was even insisting that they raged at these shows. Now that is fucking terrible. It is fucking people dying, and you're worried about people raging. Now he did. I'm gonna go to a flashback. At one of his events in New York, he did ask a guy to jump off a 2-story damn stadium top, and he did, and he was paralyzed, and he did all that to get one of Travis Scott's rings. Like, come on, Travis Scott. Like, wait, I'm gonna do my next video. I'm finna stop this one and post this one up, because you know it's part 2 to this. So stay tuned for part 2 to be continued. This your boy Tay. I'm out. Peace and salute.